angry Bajaj drivers in Muqdisho are speaking out, against the shocking rise in fuel prices. They accuse local fuel traders that they're exploiting their own people, raising prices, fuel prices, and without mercy, while world understands conflicts in the Middle East affect global fuel prices. So many Bajaj drivers in Muqdisho say the situation in Muqdisho has become unbearable, and they accuse it, local businessmen are taking advantage, of the crisis that's happening in the Middle East to make, excessive profits. Okay, so early this morning, Bajaj drivers, began gathering on the streets of Mogadishu to express their frustration. And so they say that the government failed to step in and protect citizens from unfair prices. So for many Bajaj drivers, it's not about rising fuel prices. It's about survival. They say that local businessmen are taking advantage. They are benefiting on the crisis that's happening in the Middle East. And they are increasing the price the price of the fuel day after day. So which is so sad, really. It's absolutely sad. So despite the constant fuel price hikes, destroying their livelihood. So they say they work long hours just to survive. So this is really very sad, what's happening in Muqdisho, and we have been hearing that today security forces, dispersed them. Bajaj drivers have been arrested so far, but they thought that they will continue demonstrating against the rising fuel prices. Okay, because what they have been saying that was a look at parts of Muqdisho, parts in Somalia. I mean, like Somaliland, the fuel price is still the same. Even the neighboring countries like Kenya and others. But while Muqdisho, the price of the fuel has gone up, really skyrocketed so far. But and what local drivers calling for, is calling that local business men are taking advantage, really, because of that conflict. So they see an opportunity here. So for them, it's an open a window of opportunity. So anyway, so they promise that on upcoming, like Thursday, they will continue march on the streets of Mogadishu to express their frustration. They're angry, and they will not really stop demonstrating until their demands are met, until the fuel prices, back to its rate. So that's what they are really calling for. But we'll be monitoring what's happening on the ground. Okay, we'll be keeping an eye. I'll be sharing with you latest updates.